Hello, in this video I shall be giving the analysis of a topic. So the topic is divestment movement hitting the fossil fuel companies. So what is divestment movement and how this is hitting the fossil fuel companies? So fossil fuel companies are those companies that are involved in extraction, in refining, in selling or making profits out of these fossil fuels. So how divestment movement, the very recent movement in 2020 or in the last of 2019 that has started recently, how this movement is hitting these fossil fuel companies and for what extent this is beneficial to the world. So we shall know about some analysis on the topic. Basically, the meaning of divestment is withdrawing our investments. So whatever investments we do in the stocks or in the bonds of companies, so we tend to buy these bonds and stocks from companies. So withdrawing those investments that we have made in these fossil fuel companies is divestment movement. So withdrawal of money invested in stocks and bonds of companies is divestment. So this movement of divestment has started in fossil fuel companies and it has grown too large recently. So we shall see what are the various kinds of finances these fossil fuel companies get. They are in the form of equity, shares and bonds and all, or they get in the form of investments. So any individuals or any companies or banks, they tend to invest in these companies. And the loans. So banks also provide loans for these companies for setting up the company or for giving impetus to the profits and all. So these loans are a kind of finances, and also some companies tend to get credit for their setting up. So these are the various kind of finances these fossil fuel companies get. But now due to divestment movement, the recent movement, these finances are recently gone down. Basically, from 2016 to 2019, there was a good trend of finances getting into fossil fuel companies. So, people or the companies or banks are interested to invest in fossil fuel companies from 2016 to 2019. So, around $975 billion of finance is given into these fossil fuel companies according to statistics. But very recently in 2019, so much of this amount is divested. It means that they have taken the investment back to an extent of $11 trillion altogether from the fossil fuel companies. So why this has happened and how far this is good. We'll see, for example, I've given some examples how the revenues of some major oil companies are at stake in 2019, where this divestment movement has started. For example, Saudi Aramco is a very big oil company and its revenue has gone to stake to an extent of $111.1 billion. So this is in a problem. The assets have gone down regarding these companies. So the second one is Royal Dutch Shell and Exxon Mobil. So these are the three major oil companies so far, and their investment, their revenues, the input they get, the income they get have gone down to $23.9 billion, $20.8 billion respectively. So this is a fall, short and fall kind of scenario in the revenues of these companies due to divestment movement. So I have already told that the divestment for the year 2019 has been hooked at $11 trillion. And we'll see in India's case how this divestment is impacting India. But divestment, though it's a global movement, it is not having much impact on India. It is very minimal because divestment movement has come as part of greenhouse gases and climate change initiatives. So where we need to curb greenhouse gases and we need to improve our climate change, we need to improve our climatic conditions of the world, we need to divest or we are taking our investments back. But whereas in India we contribute very less to greenhouse gases, our contribution is very minimum to an extent of just 2 tons of carbon dioxide per capita per year. So this is the overall contribution of India in global greenhouse gases. So as we are contributing very less, divestments or the taking back of investments is very less from India. So this is not affecting India much. We are trying to, through this divestment movement, go towards renewable sources of energy. So divesting from fossil fuels and investing in renewable energy companies. So that is the present trend or the present aim of divestment movement. This is as the renewable sources of energy are lowering their costs. Earlier, the solar energy, wind energy, they used to cost us more. But now, due to the lowering trend of these renewable sources of energy, we can easily invest all the money we are placing in fossil fuels into renewable fuels. We can direct the investments to renewable source of energy. So the shift is needed from fossil fuel to renewable energy. For that reason, we can also have land restoration. We can restore our land back, wherein we are mining out of these lands, so we can restore them back into forestry or anything, and where we can also create local jobs. So as fossil fuel companies need huge technology and machinery, renewable source of energy can also create local jobs, and they do not need much investment in putting up huge companies and machinery. So we need manpower and local jobs can be created. And we need also storage technologies to be developed. So what all money we are investing in fossil fuel companies, we can put that money in increasing our storage technology, storage of sunlight, storage of wind, and all the benefits we get out of renewable sources of energy. We need to improve our storage technology. So we need investments in this area. And awareness campaigns have also increased in recent past regarding climate change. And these campaigns or these activists who are all speaking about renewable energy, they are putting pressure on governments. So in order to shift from fossil fuel investments to renewable energy investments. So these awareness campaigns have also got their hand in divestment movement. So for example, we have also an agreement on climate change, which is a very famous agreement called Paris Agreement. This took place in 2015 about climate change, and that is in that agreement what basically happened is all the global countries, they have joined together, and all these global countries have pledged that the average global warming will be reduced by them to less than 2 degrees Celsius. So this is what the overall pledge is. So for this reason, we need to limit fossil fuels. So we need to stop extracting oil from tar, stop fracked oil usage, stop liquefied natural gas, and also the coal power investments we are doing and extracting coal. So all of these, as they are posing threat to the environment or the globe, we need to shift from these kind of fossil fuels to renewable energy in order to achieve this Paris Agreement also. So to this end, Paris Agreement is also important. And divestment operations are basically targeted towards banks. So they are forcing banks not to give loans to fossil fuel companies, and faith-based, philanthropic, and even some educational institutions and pension funds. These faith-based, philanthropic, and educational institutions, they tend to give credit to these fossil banks. So these are all large investment funds. How these fossil fuel companies get funds from? These are the important sources. So they even get from pension funds, insurance funds, metropolitan funds, and there are so many funds that invest in fossil fuels. So this divestment movement or divestment operation is targeted towards these large investment funds to stop funding finances, to stop funding fossil fuel companies. So that is basically the divestment operation target. For example, the very recent example that took media's attention is that Goldman Sachs, it is a very big global leading investment banking management that stopped financing mountaintop mining and Arctic National Wildlife Refuge drilling. So there is a huge drilling for oil reserves in Arctic National Wildlife Refuge that is harming Arctic area, and mountaintop mining. So this Goldman Sachs company is stopping these financing to these big companies that are causing fossil fuels, that are causing fossil fuel extraction. And finally, I come to say that the divestment drive is positive to the world because this is stopping fossil fuel extraction and it is not funding those companies. And there is a topic called material risk, wherein the fossil fuels companies are falling into a great risk that is called material risk. So these companies have to shift to investing in or to make renewable source of energy. And finally, all the companies must capitalize or invest on long-term economic and environmental benefits, not just economic but also must see for environmental benefits of the earth while investing or while bringing out their technologies. Finally, we must achieve the low carbon world. No matter how fossil fuel companies get affected, our target must be for low carbon world for the well-being of the world future. So this is the topic for today, and thank you.